What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at the best meta icons in each position. We've got a few per position, but we're not going all out because we are just picking, hopefully, the best of the best. Let me know if you agree, starting with the goalkeepers. Now, I've gone for 3 options here. I must admit, I'm not a big fan of Czech, so I haven't added him in, but from what I've seen over the course of the whole year really now, and also your opinions on goalkeepers, it seems to be that these 3 pop up the most. Van der Sar is my personal favourite, Yashin definitely a close second, and I must admit, a lot of people like Schmeichel this year. So another very interesting one, and he has been an SBC if you did complete him. The goalkeepers are just purely measured on what you actually prefer, to be honest, and if you've got them untradeable. So Casillas could definitely be in here, Czech could definitely be in here as well if you do like him, but it is based mainly on what I've seen in the comments. If your team's looking like this, then I have the place for you. Head over to U7Buy for all your coin needs. They're cheap, fast, and reliable, but make sure to use JT11 at the checkout for 6% off all of your coin orders. Now, in terms of fullbacks, I was surprised that there isn't that many left backs, to be honest. You've got Maldini that can play left back, but realistically, you're not choosing him there. We've gone with Ashley Cole, who has got an SBC. Little bit expensive for my liking, but the best left back in the icon variety has got to be Roberto Carlos. I can imagine he will get an upgrade, a campaign at some point, but he hasn't got one as of yet, and he's still coming in at 1 million coins. With a 3-star, 2-star as well, we've got a lot of good left backs. Now, in terms of right backs, if I was going for the cheapest option, Zambrotta would be my number 1 shout. 170k, destined for an upgrade. He can play left back as well, actually, but he is destined to get an upgrade very soon. 4-star, 5-star, if they could get into like the 90, that would be absolutely brilliant for him because I am waiting for that. He normally has a prime by now, which normally is a very decent right back, and unfortunately, we are stuck with the 86 still. We have got the 2 different Carfus, mainly because the Thunderstruck is the better one. Unfortunately, didn't get the upgrade that he did deserve, but he is still the highest rated right back other than Lahm in icon variety, and also he has got an SBC for the 91 that is an absolute must do if you haven't got a solidified right back at the moment. If you've not got a team of the year or anything of them sort of calibers like a Thunderstruck Frimpong, then Carfu is an absolute must for an SBC. Now, Lahm, I've put in the right back role just so I could talk about him, as well as personally, I think he's absolutely wasted at right back. I love him as a CDM. He's just got that body style, he's got that talent to be a CDM. I would rather have Carfu as a right back or Zambrotta and then go for Lahm in that CDM. Long ball pass, relentless, very good play style pluses on him, which is always nice, and multiple positions he can play with a 4-star, an easy CDM. But if I was going for 2, I'd obviously go for Carlos and Carfu. Now, we do have some wonderful shouts for centre-backs. Obviously, if we're looking at the cheaper options, Campbell, Blanc, 2 incredible centre-backs that you can go for. Blanc being one of the first of many that everybody finishes as an SBC. Anticipate Plus is normally one of the better ones that you can get, which I always like. He is kind of running his course now, I believe. If you are looking at Team of the Years, you're looking further down the list of icons, of VVD. Unfortunately, he is starting to become as less relevant, whereas Campbell still has got the pace, he's got the Bruiser playstyle plus, which you could work with, but is still a very good centre-back nonetheless. One of the best centre-backs, Rio Ferdinand, 4.8 million, the most expensive centre-back on this list, with Anticipate and Slide Tackle, an absolute unit. Him and like a Team of the Year Virgil and Maldini together would be astonishing. Absolutely crazy. Never overlook that card. Carlos Alberto, Anticipate Plus. I didn't put him in the right back zone because I love him as a centre back. He has got that multiple position, and I think if I was to choose between a right back, centre back, like I said, unless I've got a VVD, a Maldini, a Ferdinand already in that position, he is definitely going in that centre back. Other than that, he would go right back in that, for instance. But then, to be honest, you're not looking at this best list. You've got the team already. You have got Maldini, and he can play left back like that, but I've put him there purely as the SBC. He has only got 30 hours left from whenever you watch this or whenever this is recorded on the same day. So if you need to complete him, he is only there for another day and a half. Make sure you get him done. You have got the 93 though, which is more expensive and obviously is on the market rather than in an SBC at 2.5. An incredible centre back and intercept not terrible. I'd kind of say both of them are about the same. Then we have Yashin. Incredible centre-back. Love some of these shapeshifters. He's just one of them cards that has just worked. Sometimes you get it. We saw it last year with Cech. Milinkovic-Savic was crazy as a centre-mid. I think there was it Tapsoba was actually a decent goalkeeper. Maybe not the best, but Yashin absolutely works as a centre-back. Now into the mid, and I must admit, the ones that are worth it are very expensive, but we still move with them. We have got the 2 Team of the Years as the cheaper options. We got 1.4 for Essien and 1.5 for Sauer. Sauer's got about 18 days left as an SBC, so again, if you need to go do it, then make sure you are. Not necessarily the greatest playstyle pluses, I must admit, but still very good stat-wise. Across the board is brilliant, whereas Essien is a cracking CDM. Jockey, which is decent as a CDM. Aerial, which is good for the battles in the air, especially if your 2 centre-backs have the anticipate rather than necessarily aerial like Virgil does, then that is going to be a perfect work type for him. Love Essien in the game, very much like Makalele, like Rijkaard. If they got bigger upgrades, that would be kind of the same sort of caliber that I'd put him in. We have got Zidane, again both versions. We have Incisive Pass for the 95, which obviously is the better version, but unfortunately is 3.2 mil compared to his 1.9 SBC that's got 5 days left, I want to say. I'm pretty sure it's 5 days for him, 10 days for Eusebio. So again, if you are finishing him off, make sure you finish it. Whereas the centre mid, it's a 5-5. Any version of Zidane is absolutely impeccable. Same with Hulip. You could go with the 91. You could go with the Winter Wildcard. You could also go with the base. Every single version is phenomenal, but they will cost you a pretty penny. With the SBC coming in at 3.2, we've got the Centurions at 4.7. I want to say the normal version's about 3.5 mil, I want to say. I actually don't even know the full price yet. He's currently coming in at 2.7, actually a little bit cheaper than I thought. And then the 2 top ends, we have got Vieira and also Matthias as 2 Team of the Year centre mids. Matthias can obviously play centre back, hence the position change, but he has got the power shot and dead ball. Very, very good centre mid. And Vieira as that powerhouse DM with the block and intercept. Incredible playstyle pluses. 7 million coins though is what will take you back for him, and again, he is worth every single penny. We then have stripped it back for the wingers. So looking at the top in this sort of area, we've got 875 for Butragueno. We have got 2.4 for Best as an SBC. Best, to be honest, if you've already got a top-end winger, I wouldn't say he's an absolute must. But if you are struggling, I would say the best thing about him is literally the fact he can play right wing and left wing. So he has that potential. 5-star, 4-star, technical and first touch. It's a decent winger if you wanted an SBC, so you don't have to worry about untradeable pack luck. Butra, still phenomenal in himself. A great upgrade from his striker, and I think he suits the wing in this card. A 4-star, 5-star still, which is always nice. We move one down to 2.9 for Ribery. Technical and finesse. 2 decent playstyle pluses. Again, we always like rapid if we can, or at least quick step, but I'd take technical still. A 5-5, a great upgrade from his base. Bit expensive, but that is what it's going to take for icon wingers to really be in there. Same as Garincha on the other side, 1.7, 5-star, 4-star with the technical. Again, with a lot of these icons, they will be re-pushed through with a double playstyle plus, whether we see a 94 Garincha rather than going up to say 95, 96, just to get that extra playstyle plus. It will be interesting to see where EA take the next upgrades. We've seen it with the Road to the Final. Obviously, the Team of the Year was the first one to introduce them. But then Road to the Final, there's quite a few with the double. We're seeing SBCs with double. We're seeing the future stars that potentially will have double as well. It's going to be the same for the icons and the heroes. So it'll be interesting to see the next step of them. And then the final 2, we've got Jairzinho at 2.3 and Ronaldinho at 8.3. Doesn't matter the version for Ronaldinho, base or Thunderstruck, they are incredible. He is naturally one of the best wingers you can physically get. You could argue your Neymars, your Vinis at their top level as well, but Ronaldinho just has that nostalgic value for me anyway. And Jairzinho is kind of the trio. You've still got Beckham, you've got Figo, you've got somebody else that I cannot remember. It will come to me at some point, but there is plenty of players that can play right wing, but these are the designated right wing icons. And then we move on to the strikers. This is the pinnacle of icons. I've thrown in Zola, the only other Team of the Year icon. Finesse and Deadball, a little bit under 1 million coins, which is always nice, but he is a phenomenal player nonetheless. You could have upgraded the Zola from the icon base to his, I think it was still an Evolutions. I'm pretty sure it was 89, I want to say. I actually could be wrong. He's 87 to begin with, so it makes sense that he would be 89 with the icon upgrade, but the 91 is spectacular. In terms of the difference between them, 5 more pace, 5 passing, 4 shooting, as well as dribbling and defending, and 6 physical, and the extra bonus of that playstyle plus. They are just both normally 4-star, 4-star, and then we move into the absolute iconic strikers. We have Eusebio as an SBC. Like I say, 10 days left for him. 3.1 mil, which is absolutely crazy, but rapid playstyle plus, like Henri, and even Henri's base card that is now an SBC with the rapid plus is spectacular. We have Pele at a solid 5.6. We have Cruyff at 6.2. We don't even need to speak about them too much because they are as iconic as you can get. They are the best of the best strikers, and then alongside them we have the first 2 absolute top-end Team of the Year icons with a double. They must have, well, I must admit, they did Ronaldo a little bit dirty. Quick step and aerial. It's okay. Like, don't get me wrong, he's still got the quick step, which is good, but aerial really has no value for him. Whereas Ham, power shot and rapid. Like, they are 2 of the perfect playstyle pluses you could go for her. She is incredibly quick getting round people, and let alone that, getting the space into that power shot. If you've got the aim for the power shot, she is one of the best strikers you can physically get. The only thing R9's got is the fact that it's R9. Base type, unique body type, power, stats, everything. 5'5" is a must, and that is why it's still absolutely extinct at the moment. That is going to be every icon in every position. Let me know if you have any.